Hi everyone, welcome back to the Iron Hold Cooking Club for their 4th video. So today we're going to be making mini cheesecakes. And as always, hair back, hands washed, and let's get started. So in your recipe, it calls for the very first part, you're going to be making a graham cracker crust. And I actually prepared that already for you guys. Basically what you do is you take graham crackers and you crush them up. I usually like to use a Ziploc bag and a rolling pin or even a wooden spoon. And then we take our melted butter and our brown sugar and mix it all together. It makes this wonderful graham cracker crust that you can put in the bottom of these muffin wrappers. I forget the words, but muffins. And then once you pour the cheesecake on top, it creates a beautiful graham cracker crust, and we can go from there. So let's get on to the next part. So the next part is we're going to be making the cheesecake filling. So what we're doing is we have, of course, all of our ingredients. We have the room temperature egg, the room temperature sour cream. I also started on the cream cheese, but it is still, of course, room temperature, and then also granulated sugar. So while we're at it, the very first step that you guys are planning on doing is whipping the cream cheese until it is nice and fluffy. And come here and take a look. So it should look something kind of like this, but maybe even a little bit fluffier. But let's go ahead and get started by adding in the sour cream. So that is the next step. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add in the sour cream. And we're just going to beat this one at a time like it says in the recipe. It's super important we use these at the correct temperatures, otherwise we're going to create lumps that don't look very good in cream cheese and cheesecake. And of course, I'm using a KitchenAid here, but I've actually done this with a hand whisk. It's not that hard and anyone can do it. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and add in the egg. Oops. The sugar. And the vanilla extract. You always want to measure your vanilla extract, guys. I know you're like, Maya, just a few teaspoons, but even too much goes a long way. Okay, so we're going to add in 1 teaspoon, making sure. Alright, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, let's go ahead and get this started. Just going to go through my microwave. And we are going to let this go for a little bit because we want it fully incorporated with each other. And then if there's anything stuck on the sides, you can scrape it down. Just keep going. Just keep going. And then of course, when you very first start this, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Okay, looks like it is fully incorporated. Let's go ahead and lift this up. Make sure it's not dripping. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and pop this off, and the next step is the easiest, or at least the most fun in my part. And what you're going to do is you're going to just get like a spoon. I like to get a big spoon just so I can do it all in one go. You're going to scoop up the mixture and just deposit it into these little cups. And you don't want to do too much because you do want to leave a little bit of room on top to make sure it doesn't spill over. But I like using these large tablespoons just to do just enough. You want to cover the graham crackers, but not fill it to the top, if you know what I mean. This is one of my favorite parts about baking, just the soothing motions. I really love these as a party snack because, I mean, no one wants to eat a whole cheesecake slice. But these are nice and they're bite size and they're easier to make. I can make these in like, you know, a couple hours or even the night before. Usually I do a couple of batches just because I usually have more than enough batter and more than enough graham cracker crust to be able to make multiple. But I only have the one pan, unfortunately. Let's see here. Almost done. Alright, now that that is done, we're just going to go ahead, we're going to bake it in the oven. It should be preheated at 350, and this usually takes 18 to 20 minutes for the regular muffin tins. I believe, if I remember correctly, I only bake these for 15 minutes and then I switch them out, but you just put them in the fridge overnight after you're done baking them for about 4 hours or overnight, and by the end you have cheesecake bites. That's the simplest recipe I can find on them, but I love them. There's also lots of variations you can find in the recipe I link. They're pretty awesome. You can make lots of different varieties. This is just regular cheesecake, but there's lots out there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut, and I will meet you guys back when they're out of the fridge and ready to go. Hi guys, welcome back. So I'm actually going to show you guys what they look like when they're out of the oven. So they should look like this, where they're like kind of puffy but really done, and you should like shake them and they should have a little bit of wiggle but not too much wiggle. What we're going to do is we're actually going to put these in the fridge for about 4 hours or overnight to show what they look like when they're done. So I'll go ahead and do that and we'll be right back, guys. See you soon. What we did was we kept them overnight, so they should just look like this, you know, little cheesecake bites, and you just unwrap them and serve them at a party. Sometimes if you squish them all together on a plate, they get a little deformed like this, so you want to make sure they have enough room to spread out and they can settle properly. But that is how you make cheesecake bites. That's it, guys. But thank you so much for tuning in, and go ahead and just drop a picture of whatever dessert you want to make down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.